Okay, in this video we're gonna show you how to make your own compost tea brewer. Now the first thing you want is to get yourself a bucket or a barrel. This one right here is 50 liter, but the typical 5-gallon bucket should do fine. Clean it nice. We're gonna lay the pipes. We're gonna measure the pipes, make sure they go all the way down to the bottom of the barrel. And in this case we're gonna cut 4, you can cut 3. We're gonna use these tea accessories and attach them to the pipes. And we're going to make holes on the edge of the bucket so we can attach the pipes like this. We're going to be throwing the hose. The hose is plastic, cheap hose. This is aquarium hose. I've seen in places where they sell like hospital or nurse equipment, they also have this diameter of hose. This is easy, nice, clear and plastic hose. Now we're going to throw the hoses down each of the pipes, making sure they come out through the bottom of the pipes like this, and the hoses all should be coming out looking in the same direction. We want to create like a whirlwind effect, kind of. Now all these plastic hoses are going to be attached to the pump. And as you can see, it goes like this, and the pump goes right here, and there are 2 extra outlets for a couple of pieces of hose, which we're going to use to pump the tea bag itself. The air pump, you don't have to get too fancy. This is like a regular aquarium pump. This one right here was 60 bucks. It works great, and it connects to the hoses like that. And at this point, you pretty much got your brewer ready. We're going to use the brewer. We're going to make some bacterial tea. Now I use these coffee filter bags. These are perfect. They have the right porosity. They just let the microbes out, but not the particles from the compost. So this is great, and you can use it and reuse it and wash it. For a 50 liter, we're going to use about 4 to 5 cups of compost. And the bag, we're going to make sure that the bag stays suspended in the water. We do not want the bag to drop down all the way to the bottom of the bucket. We want it to be suspended in the water, kind of like this. We're going to add the water now. Now, as far as the water goes, you want to use non-chlorinated water. If you're going to use tap water, I suggest that you run air through the water without the compost for a couple of hours, or let the water sit from 24 to 48 hours and let the chlorine evaporate. We're going to use all the water that we can, and with the 2 extra hoses that we had, we're going to insert them into the tea bag, which should be filled with water by now. We're going to connect the tea brewer, and as you can see, we got hundreds of millions of microbes getting peeled off from the tea bag into the water. Now we want to feed these microbes. Food for microbes include molasses, fish hydrolysis, honey. I suggest you use 1 at a time. You don't want to make your recipes too complicated. I myself am going to use about 10 to 15 milliliters of molasses, which I am going to dissolve separately. Once it has been successfully dissolved, we're going to add this to the brew that we got going on. And there we have, we're giving them food so the microbes can reproduce and thrive in the water, in the oxygenated water. Remember, this is an actively aerated compost tea. We're going to let the machine brew from 24 to 36 hours, and after this time has passed, we're going to use the compost tea immediately when it is ready. It is not a good idea to store it. You want to clean the brewer immediately and thoroughly after you're finished brewing. Do not use strong chemicals, and I recommend that you do the brewing at the shade. Remember that the UV rays from the sun might harm the microbes that we are trying to reproduce.